Okay, I've gone into my phone now, guys. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about recording on your phone, and not just recording on your phone and having, or your iPad, and having an okay video. Now, we all know that we can click on our camera, and when we click on our camera, that we can turn it up and we can take videoing by cycling across and finding a video, pressing our record button down the bottom here, and pointing and shooting. Now, the first mistake that a lot of people make when they're shooting their videos is they shoot them how I have at the moment. That's called portrait style or vertical style. Now, doing it as vertical style, we can't do a lot of editing to it. So my first suggestion to you is when you're videoing to turn your phone, and you'll see once I flip it and bring it back down, you'll see that it reorientates my screen, makes it landscape or horizontal style or horizontal mode. Alright, this is the best way to shoot your videos. Now, the reason this is the best way to shoot your videos is that once you've shot your video and you've pointed and you've shot, and I'm trying to keep my video as still as possible, I'm then going to go into, and I'm going to turn my screen back around again. I'm going to go across to iMovie. Now, all iPhones have this on, and I believe that there is a very similar product on the Android. In this, it brings up this screen straight away. This screen here asks us if we want to start a new project. Now, you can already look down my screen and see projects that I've already been doing. You can see that if I click on the little plus button, like on majority of devices, a plus means to add. We're going to add in a movie or a trailer. Now, the trailer is really handy if you're doing it like a short, sharp video to try and get people involved, but there's not normally a lot of words involved. It's mainly sort of like music and action and slides that tell you about things that are going on. So if you're looking for maybe an intro video to put over your title of your country, so if your country like mine's Australia, I might find a whole lot of different different videos of Australia or pictures of Australia and add those in, and it might go wham bam, and it might tell me like, oh, you want to see beaches, you want to see this, you want to go to great weather. So it might be that little bit of it to try to engage your audience straight away with your country without telling them actually any information. Just giving them like a little taste tester. So you know that I talk a little bit about going to Cold Rock because of my love of ice cream. And I talk about, you know, when you see all these wonderful new flavors of ice cream, you go along and you have a little taste tester of each of them. You might give a little taste tester of all the things you're going to talk about. Maybe give a taste tester of your 3 cities. Maybe give a taste tester of some of those different pictures of things that people can experience. Maybe some of those physical and human features that you're talking about. Once you've done that, and I'll open it back up again, I'm going to click on Movie. Now, this would be if I'm going to add in for my video, if I'm going to put like me speaking and telling my audience about my capital city, or telling them about one of the places they should visit, or my human features or my physical features. Now, you can kind of see here that I've got lots of videos down here. I haven't got one at the moment about that, but I might try and find a video that you guys already seen. Here's one of my videos that I made on one of my previous flip videos. So I'm going to click on it. You can see the little dot comes up in the bottom corner. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take a video from up here of the cricket the other day. I'm going to take that one, and I'm going to take one from down here a little bit further. And let's go one of my little boy Maverick. So I've got all those up there. Once I've got all of those up there, I'm going to go to the top, and I'm going to hit that bottom one here that says Create Movie. That then dumps all of those videos into this little part down the bottom. Alright, and you can see now that all of my little videos, now that means, and this is the best part about doing videos for presentation, if you make a mistake, you can stop And you don't have to shoot the whole lot again. You can just shoot from where you made the mistake, and you can cut and edit it on iMovie. So by editing, this is what I can do. I touch on my video. Everybody see how I touched on my video? I'm going to see if I can make this a little bit easier to see. Let's try that. No, that's not working. Oh, well, we'll see if I can get it to refocus. No, I can't get it to refocus, but you can see what's going on. Now, once I make that video and I put that yellow box around it, can you see the yellow box around the outside? If I hold on to the end, I can actually start to make it smaller. Can you see that? I can make it longer, or I can make it smaller. Now, by doing that, I can cut the bit that I made the mistake, and then on the next video, I can make it start off. Pretty cool. If I would like to, my mistake's in the middle here, and I want to chop that little mistake. Let's say I go, I stuffed up, and then you start again. That's okay. I can click on it, and can you see down the bottom of my screen? I'm going to move it up a tiny little bit. Can you see I've got some extra options? Split, detach, duplicate, or delete. Can everybody see those words? If I press split, watch what happens. Right where that white bar is, my movie got split in half. I can then edit out that part I don't want. I can always check. How do you think I should check my video?
By pressing play.
You press the little play button up the top here.
Okay, guys, we're going to look at culture and what culture is. So we're actually going to look at it, and then we're going to apply it to our own.
Does that work? Sure does. Nice and easy. Now, I know some of you know this. If I go through and I go, you know what would be really cool? If we added in another video that I say this in it. Now, you can do that. If you want to add more videos, do you see the little plus button just there where my finger was? Click on that little plus button. If I hit that, guess where it takes me? To here. I can add another video. But not only can I add a video, I can add other things. So I can add audio. So if I've got songs on my mobile phone, I might put some music underneath. Let's do that. So let's go audio. Let's go my music. Let's just go songs. And let's pick one here that I know of. Let's go this one. So I like that one. I'm going to hit the plus button. What do you notice happened to the screen? Yep.
The green line when the song is has come up.
The green line underneath is where the song is. Now, you know the wonderful thing is, iMovie's so good that when I play this now, you'll hear that the song is not as loud when I start to talk. Listen to this.
Okay, guys, we're going to look at culture and what culture is. So we're actually going to look at it, and then we're going to apply it to our own.
So it actually dims down the song so you can hear the words over the top, but it makes it more interesting. Why does it make it more interesting? Great, so it keeps you engaged and keeps you involved in the video. Really great way of keeping your music. Now, obviously, choice of music's really important. You don't want maybe something with too much like, you know, oomph, 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 like cats and dogs in it. Because if you have too many of those sorts of things, it might take away from your actual video. So it needs to be something like where you'd be using background music. Things that maybe don't have as many words in them, maybe are at a right level, so people are engaged, but it's not taking away from what you're saying. Yes?
Is there a way you can add the music before the video starts to play?
You need to start, yes, you can't, what you do is you would end up putting in, and we can do this, is you would put in a slide at the start, and you can put in, what you can tend to do is you can take a picture and put in like a black slide and then let it like lead in. If, let's say with our music that you know there's a big introduction, or there's a part of the song that you really like, maybe it's you're doing Australia and it's you're from, you know, the Man Down Under, I am in a man from down under. Do you know that one?
Yeah.
Yep. I can actually do the same thing as what I did on the video. Watch this. See what I'm doing on the screen? See how I'm sliding it along? So I'm actually shortening that song to fit it how I want it to fit. I could put in 2 songs if I wanted to. I could put in 3 songs.
Can't you, like, you can make the song so you can make it louder if you want it to.
You can make it louder. So I can click on this. See the little volume button down the bottom here? I hit the volume button. I can do the same thing. So I can make the songs louder, or I can make it quieter. I can do the same thing if I click on here on my person. I can make it louder and I can make it quieter. The other things I can do is I can add a title to the screen. So I can put down the bottom here, I can put some words on the page that come up, or I can snip it. Now if I snip it, it's the same thing as before. I snip it there and it splits it in half. Alright, I can also make it go faster, so I can make my video go faster, or I can make my video go slower.
So you make it like a time lapse.
Yeah, like a time-lapse looking thing. Alright, if I go back to that plus button again, the other things that you can do that are really cool, sound effects. Alright, so there are really cool sound effects on here that you might be able to use. Now obviously, one of the ones that people overuse is the applause. Every time they finish saying something, they clap. You don't need any clapping in this one. But there might be something where you want it to sound like it's sparkling. Or if you were doing somewhere like maybe the Netherlands, where bicycles are like a really good aspect. You might be talking about bicycles. You could put a bicycle sound in the background. Alright, while you're looking at a picture of a man riding a bicycle. Alright, that would add to the appeal of it. Alright, if you were to do the MCG like me, you might find a crowd cheering as your intro into your video. Wouldn't that be a great thing to add to your actual presentation? And you can see here there's whole lots of other things. A lot of this stuff down here we're not going to use, but you might find something in there that adds to your presentation. Now, something like this, a suspense strike, can you see it brings it up on a new panel, a new line? I can hit that and I can move that anywhere along. I normally can move this. Hang on, let me just quickly go back. I can move this along anywhere along this this list. So it's not seen to be moving. Let's get rid of it. Hang on. I find where I want it. Let's put it here. I'll go again. Boop. Suspense strike. Alright, let's go back. Hang on. Did I put that in? I don't think I did I?
Nope.
Oh, there we go. Suspense strike. Let's put it in. There it goes. Alright, here we go. You watching?
Look at it, and then we're going to apply it to our own
And you hear how it comes up. I could, if I really wanted to, go back, delete that one. I could find one right where he's about to hit the ball. So you can see how I can move along and find it. So he literally hits the ball right there. Let's see if I can find one here. Let's find a funny one.
So we're actually going to look at it, and then we're going to apply it to our own.
Alright. Now you need to find the right ones to do. Now once you've done that, we hit done. Our video is done. It sends it into my phone and it says this is still what we call a project. Now a project means it's not been finalized as a video. It's still a working piece. So at any stage I want to go back, I hit the edit button and I can go back and I can fix it up. If I'm done with it, this is what I do. I go down to the bottom and you see this little arrow pointing up down the bottom where my finger is. I click on it and it will ask me what I want to do. This is a really important part. I go to where it says save video. And when I hit it, it will ask me what size I want to make my video. Medium or HD would be where I'm going. You don't want them to be too big, but you don't want them to be so small that you don't get any good quality. So I would be picking HD 720p's and I would save it. That's how to use iMovie, gentlemen. If you need any more help how to put those together, please come and ask. I'm going to show you how to use your computer next and how to use your camera and use Windows editing on your screen. All right, thanks. Good work, gents.